All right, welcome back to the SST Podcast. Today we're going to be joined by a special guest. You guys don't know him yet, but we have the 12th kid here today for his debut appearance on the SST Podcast.
Welcome,
here he comes now.
12th kid.
Welcome, 12th kid.
Oh, how did you find that? All right. Welcome to the 12th kid. Let's get started with our first segment, which is aptly named the 12th kid, okay? I'm going to read each of you a series of sporting headlines, and we're going to get your hot takes to start us off. Here we go. First story. Per Bleacher Report, the Steelers are still optimistic about adding Aaron Rodgers this offseason. My only question is, would they be better off adding him as a quarterback or a team mascot?
I'm liking team mascot right off the bat. I feel like he's probably pushing like 60 now. I feel like he could hit some sweet moves, and he's got a lot of energy. I heard he does a lot of drugs. Yeah, that's my opinion there.
I think if the Steelers are looking to win, they're going to need a new quarterback, and Aaron Rodgers is going to be that quarterback to lead them to a last-place finish, so maybe not. But also, if they get him as a mascot, that might also not be good either. I think they don't sign him.
Do the Steelers have a mascot?
Maybe it's like a robber.
It's an iron worker.
I don't know. I've never seen the Steelers mascot.
Like they might be like the Jets. I don't think they have a mascot either.
That's like a green guy.
That's just all their players, I think.
Yeah, they've got like the in-team mascot.
All right, next story. Trapped parachute. This is coming out of Reuters.
Oh.
Parachutist trapped on roof before Toulouse v Sale rugby game. He didn't have to wait too long for fire crews to bring him back down, but my only question is this all a ploy to make people care about rugby?
Yeah, I think it's 100% an advertising method here. It's usually seen in the rugby world, the parachuter method. It's been coined over there in New Zealand. Heard about it before. Nothing new.
Yeah, I don't know what rugby is.
You should at least know what it is.
But I know what a parachuter is. I know the parachuter is going to be drawing a crowd, so... I think that was a great marketing ploy, actually, using a parachute like that. Now I'm interested.
It was planned. It wasn't like some guy jumping out of a plane trying to, interrupt the game.
So it was planned, but they just didn't plan for him to be on the roof?
No. Well, he was hung by the parachute.
Off the roof. That's pretty cool.
Oh, my.
We'll add a picture in the edit, maybe, and I didn't prep that. All right, next up, we got a classic sports story. The 2020 Lakers won what many would call a Mickey Mouse ring due to the shortened season and the fact that the final was played in Orlando, Florida. My only question is, does having more Mickey Mouse rings than Jordan make Le Mickey the true GOAT?
Go ahead and start that one off, Alex.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know who this Lim Mickey guy is, but he sounds crazy. And if he won the Mickey run...
Yeah, I think the Mickey is referring to LeBron, or as I like to call him, LeBronzo. Never going to be the all-time great. Mickey Mouse rings count as only a fraction, maybe like a tenth. It's kind of like winning on Zoom. I would count that as it's like he played online NBA 2K or something that year. So I'd equate it to maybe 0.1 of a title, and I put LeBronzo maybe number 3 or 4 on the all-time great list.
What about the Mickey?
The Mickey LeBronzo are equivalent. I like the name. The Fakey, also up there.
Let's just get this real quick then. Who would you say is your GOAT?
That's gonna be Michael Jordan all the way.
Pretty obvious.
I don't know any other basketball players.
Yes. Magic Johnson.
Yeah. Magic Johnson.
That's the Magic Man.
I'll go with Wilt Chamberlain, just because I
good.
think milkmen and plumbers are actually pretty good.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. This just in out of Reuters. Stomach problem costs Saints 20,000 euros for anthem breach. My only question is, what the hell did I just read?
Are we talking about Carlos Sainz?
Maybe. It's Formula One, I think.
Yeah, it's Carlos Sainz. For anthem breach.
He didn't appear for the national anthem.
And he was fined
stand
how
with his
much?
Team. He was fined
20,000
20,000 euros.
What national anthem did he not?
It was the Japanese, series or whatever.
Oh, so it's probably... I didn't know they had... Well, of course they do. Yeah, that sucks for him. Probably trying to lose weight before the race. I know they want their drivers light. They probably just hit him with some food poisoning, like a little norovirus before the game.
Norovirus?
For the race. Get
Maybe
him down to the weight.
Could have been eating the oysters.
Yeah, they probably
It's a
want him under
classic.
100 pounds. I know that Japanese Formula One driver is 5 feet tall, so they gotta match out the weights there.
20,000 euros, though. That's only $20 US.
If it was a
Yeah,
Japanese
for real.
cup, why
That's
is he,
like
why is
Monopoly
he being
money.
fined euros?
I don't know.
Well, I
Because
think-
he's a Spaniard, I think.
Oh, I
He's
guess.
European.
So the agency fined him, not the whatever Japanese affiliated group
I
that
think
was
his
singing the
nickname is
anthem.
Checo. I don't know why they
Checo.
call him that. Probably because they
he-
find him a Checo.
Is he Czech?
No, he's not Checo.
Oh.
All right, this segment is going a little too quickly.
Well,
but we
let's
have a
let's just comment on what is Reuters. I've never heard of Reuters before.
It's just a news site like any other. I got all the most normal news sites here. Bleacher Report, Reuters. I just kind of made up the LeBron one, but I mean, we all know about that already,
Yeah,
except for Alex.
For real.
That's okay.
All right, we have two more stories to get through here.
Whoa.
This one isn't out of anywhere in particular.
We'll take our time with these stories.
Yeah,
I'm
well, it's
thinking.
fresh from 6 months ago or something.
Okay.
Legendary baseball player Shohei Ohtani's translator
Oh.
Ippei Mizuhara is indicted for illegal sports gambling using Ohtani's money. My only question is, does any person on this planet actually believe that it was Ippei and not Ohtani that was the mastermind behind this scheme?
Yeah, it's a great call right there.
Well, I do, yes.
I still feel like Shohei can speak perfect English, but he's just hiding behind his translator.
That's a crazy take.
I think it's all just a ruse here. I think it's just they wanted him to make a ton of money. He can get another translator. You can't get another Shohei. So he's just going to gamble on himself through his translators until he gets caught.
Wait, was he betting that he would win?
It was actually pretty unrelated. It's just illegal in California or something.
No, well,
He wasn't betting on his own games.
Yeah, well,
That
he is on
is
the Dodgers,
unfortunate.
and we don't like the Dodgers. So probably we should look back on that and just check in if he's involved in that in any way, if we can get him banned as well. I would just like to see that. Surely he's cheating.
We're going to
He's been
ban
hitting-
the translator?
Oh, you have a
Or
problem with
Shohei?
cheating now. That's interesting.
No.
That's interesting. Which baseball team do you cheer for?
I like to support
again?
the Houston Astros.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
They haven't been known for any cheating.
No,
have
no.
they?
Actually, in the past, we try to overlook some things that happened, but currently,
A
it's
pretty recent past.
no.
too,
It's
I
if you
think.
count 2017 as a pretty
Yeah, well,
recent
I don't
past.
think it was that long.
Well, you could. Yeah, that's not a Mickey Mouse ring like the Lakers.
The
That's
story
that's
kind
that's
of broke.
that's a pennant right there.
It's a pennant, but it's not a ring
Yeah.
somehow.
No, Dodgers only below the Yankees and teams that I hate. Speaking of the Yankees, have we seen those torpedo bats?
They're going to be
Torpedo
banned
bats.
for
They got
sure.
banned. They've been
They
just
did get banned?
yeah. The Yankees
That was
in classic
fast.
Yankee style just decided that they wanted to use a cricket bat instead of a baseball bat, which looked to be 3 or 4 times the size. And
I mean, I can't say anything wrong with that.
I
I
don't
think
think
they
it
should be able
was
to use
that
any bat.
big.
yeah, I think they should just honestly just use a 2x4.
If you make the rules a bit less stringent, I think we'd see a lot more creativity with these bat designers. They'll
I'd
they'll
love
look
to see
about
that.
the
I'd like to
same.
see a tennis racket bat kind of
Oh.
deal.
I feel like you wouldn't be able to generate a lot of power.
I feel like you'd hit the ball a lot though. If you're a really bad hitter, they could give you the tennis racket bat.
It's just like a bunt every time.
Yeah, I think it's guaranteed.
Would it have like the mesh like a tennis racket, or would it just be like a big
Ooh,
flat?
I think
wood
it's got to be
plank?
wood. I think the mesh might be a little fragile. I think
It's probably.
I think we
I'd
would
like to
just
see
go
that
solid
mesh.
wood. Anyway, to wrap this one up, Shohei should get banned as well. That's hiding behind the translator.
And
Should we bring in a new translator though?
No, we cut the translator. All of ruse. No more translator for Shohei.
Perfect English.
He's
No
an
more
English speaker. He
translator.
lives in LA.
Yeah.
He actually vacations in Seattle, another English-speaking place. Suspicious.
I think he probably goes back to Japan too. Doesn't just.
No,
live
because
there.
he's
Well, he speaks English in Japan when he goes
yeah.
there.
I think it
Japan
is
is a big spoken language in Japan. I read English. Apologies.
It is like the second most spoken language, I'm pretty sure. But it's still only spoken by like 1% of the population.
Are we even sure he speaks Japanese? Maybe he's just like saying noises. We've never verified that.
We haven't verified his birth certificate.
That's true.
He might have been born in Hawaii.
Oh, what would that matter?
Or
Oh,
sort
yeah.
of an allusion to Barack
Oh.
Hussein Obama.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, one last story. This comes out of CNN Sports. This man salvages 70,000 golf balls from an infamous golf water hazard to earn a lucrative living. My only question is why?
To earn a lucrative living, I'm thinking is the answer to that question.
I was running out of ideas by the end here.
Well, that's okay, but where is he salvaging these golf balls exactly?
Take a look.
You know, I've been seeing this ad on YouTube where they have these like two brothers, or maybe they're friends, but they try to get a golf ball reselling business and it doesn't work out for them. And then they try to pitch their like whatever business course that's probably a scam.
I think actually you remember Owen from high school? I think his
Oh,
dad
yeah.
used to collect the golf balls from Jackson and sell them.
How much was he
Does
making for
actually
that?
make you like real money?
I don't know. Some golf balls are like really valuable, but I don't think the resale market is that crazy for a golf ball.
Well, if you get 70,000 of them, or is it 7,000?
Is he rocking like a
It's 70,000.
submarine kind of apparatus or?
I'm not sure. Jim Best is the name, and he's working 65 courses up the eastern seaboard, salvaging up to 2 million balls a year.
He's
It's
got to have like a
insane.
sweeper or something going down underwater.
He's got to have the whole crew out there looking for the balls.
He says he can salvage 70,000 from a particular body of water alone.
I think this is another fake news kind of deal.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see that picture of him real quick.
Boom.
Oh.
He's just kind of got a wetsuit and
I think he's got his
bags
accomplice
of
right there
golf.
next to him.
Yeah, the like 4-year-old's probably
Uh-huh.
helping him out.
I mean, she has a water bottle in her hand. Maybe there's some golf balls in the water bottle that he's.
Probably just drains the lake. Is that a seal?
Yeah,
Billion?
Billy.
It's a
Where did
related.
it end up? Oh yeah, he's got to get them before the seals do. That's a good point.
I don't know if there's any seals in the golfing legs.
The golf gators do just consume the golf balls. I've heard.
The golf gators.
Yeah. Yeah, I think some of those Titleist golf balls are running you a few bucks a piece at least. So if he gets $2 million a year, he should be on the Forbes list sometime
That's
soon.
crazy. Yeah.
Well, maybe so.
40
What would that
under
average out
40.
to? Maybe like $1 million if he sells all the golf balls.
Who's buying the golf balls back though?
I don't
Who
know.
is there really a market for 2 million used golf balls?
Maybe he's not selling them as used. Maybe they're selling as new. People just can't quite
Just
tell.
repackaged.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
like
good
that
idea,
idea.
honestly. I think maybe sell them by weight.
50 kilogram or 100 pounds golf balls.
That would've been-
$100.
What is he saying? It's a bit of a rage there
It's a
in
bit
that
of
bottom
a-
paragraph. What is that referring to?
Says he got President Trump's ball. How much did he sell that one for?
Well, he can't be exactly sure how some of the other items have found their way into the water. It's a safe bet that the clubs were tossed in a fit of anger.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the clubs will go for some money too. Probably sell those on eBay. Or
Or maybe he just repackaged them and sells them as new.
I don't know. I saw a bunch of clubs at a Goodwill one time, and I kind of wanted to just buy them for like $5.
I've gotten the Goodwill bins clubs.
You can find them at the bin. Oh, I guess they have that little.
They have a ton of golf clubs at the bins. They suck, but I think for a bag and like 5 clubs, it ran us like 20.
That seems pretty good to me.
I would take that all day, every day.
But how many golf balls would you expect for $20?
Ooh, for how many am I paying? I'm saying 40 for 20. I'm 50 cents a golf ball.
Okay.
I feel like that's pretty fair. Give me them in like a plastic bag. I want
and
like
that's
rainbow
new or
one.
used?
Ooh, that's used.
Oh, so if he can sell them for 50 cents each, that's still $1 million a year for this guy.
Yeah, probably got to pay taxes on those golf balls.
Oh, he's
probably
not
got
paying any
tariffs on them.
taxes.
They're imported, I think. Yeah, probably 45%.
Imported from the lake. That's
From
not actually part of the
Madagascar.
US.
They've been hit with the monster tariff. It was like 47% in Madagascar.
What does the Madagascar export
Falkland
again?
Islands.
I don't know. They import the elephants.
Elephants?
Like, have you ever seen that movie? I think it's called Madagascar.
There's like a lion too,
Yeah.
and
They import them to
giraffe,
New York.
Oh, for the zoo.
penguins that can fly an airplane.
Yeah. So those are getting taxed pretty heavily. I don't think you'll see a new Madagascar movie anytime soon.
Dang.
Those
those
are
animals are native to Madagascar.
no,
Also, there's no elephant.
Did
in
you
that.
know they filmed those movies live
There's
action?
not. There's like the one animal that isn't in them. You're thinking of the hippopotamus. There's no elephant.
Yeah, there's no elephant
There's
in
no
Madagascar.
Yeah. Well, I'm just in on the new Madagascar movie coming out.
Oh, there's a new one?
I
I
thought
didn't
you
hear
said
of
it was
it.
getting canceled.
Yeah, it is getting canceled, but
But it was in production. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, good first segment. We'll be back after break
After a
with
burrito
an
break.
SST Podcast classic.
Okay, I'm gonna go run and get my burrito.
All right. Welcome back to our recurring segment, Book Club. And I don't know if you guys recall from last time where we talked about King of the Dunes. That was a fan favorite. But we're picking up right after King of the Dunes in Chapter 4. So let me get the stage set for you. So in King of the Dunes, if you all remember, Timothy was fighting beside Felix, his friend, in the simulation when Felix was killed. And now Felix is blaming Timothy for that early elimination. So let's get right into it. It started off, Timothy apologizes over text to Felix, saying that he's sorry and it wasn't him. He says that Felix just got sniped from somewhere else. Timothy had nothing to do with it, but Felix isn't buying it. Felix says he's almost glad that Corbin won, which is devastating because I don't know if you all remember this, but Corbin is Timothy's arch rival. And Timothy was furious when Corbin got up onto that winner's wall. The dark thoughts were re-emerging. So yeah, there's a bit of a break between Felix and Timothy's friendship right there. So Timothy's not too pleased with how this day's going, and it goes only worse from here. Because after school, Timothy's got to go receive his punishment from Mr. Cody.
What does that entail?
So last time, in his first day in class in Mr. Cody's, which is a stealth one if you remember,
Of course.
Timothy forgot to bring his lock-picking set. So he asked if he could borrow Kayla's lock-picking set. Kayla let him do it. But then it was a disaster because Kayla bought it from the wrong place, some sort of pick and lock shop. They were supposed to buy it from Loose Locks, which I believe Mr. Cody has an affiliation with. Anyways, they're now being disciplined for that misdemeanor. So they have to go into his classroom after school, and he gives them the task of fixing up and polishing up his old locks and picks. And it doesn't seem all too bad, so they get right to that. And they he provides them with this yellow-brown liquid in a bottle, which he tells them to apply to this worn metal. And as soon as they put it on, it immediately seals up all the cracks and imperfections in the metal. So this is, I'll let this quote from Kayla say it. This is either extraordinary chemistry or it's magic. And I'm thinking, we're reading the magic trio, so it's got to be magic. But even with this magic liquid, they get tired after 20 minutes of polishing off the locks. Kayla says that her wrists are getting sore, and Timothy has to go to the bathroom. So he goes to the bathroom, and on his way back, actually, he trips over his shoelaces and falls down outside an open door, conveniently where the plot is happening, because there's a bunch of higher-ups inside this classroom in the middle of the school talking about their secret plan. Now, some of the stuff he hears, it seems quite concerning. There's a lot of scheming going on. So one voice says, I suggest we focus our resources to continue researching its origin. That way we can find the location of the third and final one. And the keen readers here will know that he's referring to the third and final bracelet that makes up the magic trio. And there's another voice that says, I'll notify Marcus. Send a team to retrieve the target once he returns to his residence. Now that doesn't bode well for whoever this target is. But Timothy, he decides that's enough snooping, and he returns to where Kayla was. Kayla asks what took him so long. Timothy just says he was constipated. It's a crazy excuse, honestly. I can't believe he said that. Kayla can't believe it either. She says, wow. She didn't need to hear that. Anyways, Mr. Cody comes back. He says that the students are done. He actually sneaks up on them and scares them. They both get real scared. But he is the stealth teacher, so he's just kind of shown that he is qualified for that role. He releases them. He says that Kayla's done. She didn't really do too much wrong. She just tried to help out Timothy. But unfortunately, Timothy has to come back at the end of every day this week and polish off more locks. And that's because Mr. Cody's glasses broke, which were expensive. Remember now, Mr. Cody is blind. He didn't want that being shown off. He's got a bunch of scars over his eyes. We're going to actually learn more about his backstory in this chapter, so keep your eyes open. So Timothy is not too happy about that. He's got to come back every day. So he goes home. He tells his parents he's got to go to Loose Locks, and at last he gets the picks he needs for this stealth class. So anyways, he goes to bed that night. He has more dreams about the forging of silver bracelets in a cave, and he remarks when he wakes up, after he woke up, he felt tired. Like he'd been the one doing all the pounding. Now, that's, of course, referring to the pounding of the bracelets on an anvil, so.
Okay,
Of course.
Yeah. But anyways, he must have been really tired that morning, and he actually remarks himself that he is very tired because when he's getting breakfast, he's really excited for the cereal box because it says there's a prize inside, okay? So he's digging through the cereal box, and he pulls out a silver bracelet. Or so he thought. It was actually a plastic ring. And he's just hallucinating in the morning. It's not good for Timothy.
Oh, because of tiredness, yep.
He thought it was a continuation of his dream. And on his way back, he thinks about the name Marcus that he heard yesterday. He's going to MAT. He says, Marcus. I wonder where. Now, MAT stands for Marcus's Academy of Technology, so somehow he's forgotten. But Marcus is a crazy schemer. He's being informed of the kidnapping of an individual. He forgets conveniently. That's okay, though. And now it's lunchtime. The beginning of his day, uneventful, so he goes to the blast ball tryout at Miss Merritt's classroom. So Miss Merritt seems like a woman who really bases her opinion on students on their merit. Or that's what I would assume, but she's actually not in this chapter. There's someone else there named Snappy. No, we got Snappy in the room, and he's wearing a shirt that says MAT Mutilators on it. And this shirt is blue, green, and purple.
Oh.
That is the colors of MAT, and he's repping that MAT Mutilators merch. He's clearly on the team, sort of facilitating this orientational meeting. So now let me give you a quick rundown of what exactly blast ball is. So there's two goals, and the idea is you score the blast ball into the goal, but there's a twist here. All the students are armed with blasters, and the blasters shoot these paintball-like pellets that paralyze the site of impact when they hit each other. And now one of the students attending this meeting wonders if this is a dangerous sport, and Snappy says, yes, very dangerous. There's often a lot of injuries. Now, this is kind of reminding me of a couple of sports that I know of, like the sport they play in Ender's Game. What was that, like Battle Simulator? Battle Room, I forget what it's called, and also Quidditch. So it's kind of like a mishmash of these two. It seems pretty fun. Timothy is informed that the tryouts will be held this Friday at noon, so he's going to have to come back on Friday. So I think that's what he's planning so far. And after that meeting, he goes and sees... Oh, actually, it's worth noting that Kishan was there. And Kishan was very excited of the prospect of the sport. He was... So I think we're going to be seeing him in Blastball along with Timothy. I'm not sure if it's mentioned if Corbin was there. But I think Corbin might be one of the select players they imported for this sport specifically, based on his performance in the obstacle course.
That sounds right up his alley.
He's on a Blastball scholarship.
Yeah. So anyways, Timothy goes to Mr. Esmond, which is his weaponry teacher, and they learn about these bolas, I think is what they're talking about today. So it's a departure from the modern weaponry they've been learning about. But the more important thing is that Timothy again loses the simulation. This time it's not given a name. We don't get a cool name like King of the Dunes, but Timothy does not win. And again, he's jealous as he sees the winner on the winner's wall receive a special slip of paper from Mr. Esmond. So that's about that for that day. But it actually isn't, because he has to go back and keep cleaning off Mr. Cody's supplies. He's promised he'd do this all week to atone for his terrible sin. So he goes in there. This time Mr. Cody leaves him unsupervised, and Timothy finds it's a good idea to snoop around. He's not too keen on Mr. Cody. So he goes in. Somehow he enters Mr. Cody's secret compartment of his desk just by waving his hand around. He kind of recalls some sort of a
probably saw it in a dream.
Yeah, might have seen it in his dream, honestly. Because I don't know how he put this together from how Mr. Cody deactivated the motion sensor outside his room. I think he's just waving his hand around the desk, and a secret compartment opens.
Kind of like one of those trash cans.
And inside, yep, exactly.
It's trash.
Except instead of trash, Timothy finds treasure. Because what's inside is a bunch of paper, but instead of having letters on it, there's dots, like Braille.
Oh. Because
Mr. Cody is blind. But he also has some files with paper and photos on them, and one of them has a label that says old photos. Now this is what Timothy has been looking for. Inside there's photos and a copy of a criminal history report that talks about a thieving teenager, and with it a photo of a man's arm with a tattoo that says MB, short for Master Breaker, which is what Mr. Cody refers to himself to, as it turns out. So we see a couple of old photos of Mr. Cody's childhood, adolescence, and then this disaster where he becomes a thieving teenager and goes to jail. And then the thieving teenagers, they actually escape, which is likely to Mr. Cody's exceptional lock-picking abilities. And in the last photo, we see Mr. Cody in the hospital after his injury that blinded him. And in the back, there's a man in a maroon suit wearing a silver bracelet. And the photograph is dated exactly 5 years ago, and Timothy recognizes the date to be the date of MAT's founding. Now, how he recognized that but not made the connection of Marcus being the first name in MAT is beyond me. But regardless, Timothy makes the connection, the chapter ends, and I'm thinking that the man in the background in the maroon suit might just be Marcus himself. All right. What are your guys' thoughts on this chapter?
Well, I think the biggest theme we see through here is Mr. Cody as sort of a mentor figure. We obviously flesh out his backstory. We see that he is a stern teacher who doesn't take any crap from his students.
A disciplinarian.
He disciplines Timothy and Kayla for trying to, pull one over on him. But he also has a humorous side, as we see when he sneaks up on them and surprises them while they're cleaning the locks.
Yeah, I think this chapter illustrates a lot of inspiration from maybe some other popular novels. I'm thinking Mr. Cody might be slightly similar to a professor we see in Harry Potter named Snape. I'm just saying a few connections there. I feel like these inspirations, we've really brought them together from some sci-fi and some fantasy novels. Just kind of a combination of both words into an immaculate chapter.
It really is an immaculate chapter. Now, on to a question I want to ask you. Is the extraordinary chemical that they apply to the locks magic, or is it chemistry?
Ooh, from what I'm thinking about, the kind of hidden backstory of Mr. Cody and all these maroon people and the silver bracelets, I'm thinking just maybe Mr. Cody might be involved in some magic.
Is Mr. Cody a wizard, Noah?
I don't think so. I'm on the side. It is Marcus's Academy of Technology.
Oh, true.
Not Marcus's Academy of Magic. And keep in mind, the author we know is a very like techno-futurist kind of guy.
Techno first. Yeah.
I don't know. There's obviously a lot of fantasy elements at play here, but I think he might be going for more of a low sci-fi kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's hard to tell right now, but it will all be explained soon enough. And now, there's another question I want to ask. I didn't mention this earlier, but during the blast ball orientation, they hand out letters of consent for the parents to allow their students to be participating in this game. And Timothy's parents had reservations, even taking him to the lock-picking shop for this assignment. So, do you think they're going to be signing off on this potentially dangerous game where the students are shooting each other with what look to be experimental weapons that paralyze each other? And
I think no matter what, Timothy is going to be at that tryout.
Yeah, I think it's important for like character development. You know, we're constantly seeing this clash between Timothy and his arch rival.
Yeah, Corbin.
And I feel like Corbin and Timothy got to clash it out in blast ball.
It's going to be the duel.
We've really set the stage, and I think we might see Timothy defying his parents here.
Okay. On that note of Timothy and Corbin, whose side is Felix going to be on in the upcoming blast ball rivalry? Felix is known to be a short man, very small. I don't know if he's going to be a great athlete, but he is named after Felix Hernandez. So.
Oh, okay. Right off the bat, Felix sounds kind of like a weasel to me. He sounds like somebody who follows authority, and right now I think Timothy's really lacking authority. He's down in his luck, he's down on the character arc, and I think Felix might pick up a new powerhouse friend in Corbin.
Oh, I'm agreeing with that.
I think we've been leaning that way the past few chapters as well. And with Felix's innate sporting talent, they're sure to be fast friends.
If only Timothy ate the golden apple, he could have been all amped up for this blast ball.
Do we think if Felix and Corbin team up in these sporting challenges, can Timothy ever stop them?
Honestly, from what we've spoken to with the author, no. Timothy's blast ball career is going to be off to a rocky start in the next chapter. So that is not great for him.
I mean, who does Timothy have left? Maybe Kishan will clutch.
I think Kishan, Kayla, and Lucille.
Does Kayla still like him, though? Cause
she's not too happy with him after she got sent to the disciplinary
that's a good point.
hour. So maybe he'll have to make a new alliance with Kishan and Lucille. Kishan is pretty excited for the blast ball. All right, lastly, let's top it off with a bit of speculation on this maroon-suited man who I think he's Marcus. Now, what exactly does Marcus want with this target man, he says, and finding the third one? Because it seems that in the photograph we see him in, he already is wearing a bracelet. Does he just not have all three?
Well, it's tough to speculate at this point, but the book is titled The Magic Trio, so it's not inconceivable that there is some great event or additional power to be obtained by uniting all three of the magic bracelets together.
I think surely there's got to be. I think with all novels that go this way, it's you got to unite the three for some super special power, perhaps immortality or something. And I would not doubt if a powerful man such as Marcus, who owns a whole academy, would be after such a thing.
Yeah, if one bracelet alone can summon visions of the Garden of Eden, then imagine what all three together. Or burn down a house, true.
Yes.
All right, and lastly, why did they bring in this Mr. Cody after he was blinded and after escaping from a prison? Because Marcus is there. I don't know exactly what he wants with this Mr. Cody.
I think surely there's some connection between Marcus, the founder of the school, I'd imagine, and Mr. Cody, perhaps a friendship, perhaps giving him a job where he might not find other jobs because of his disability.
True, and his unique skill set could provide...
Maybe Mr. Cody was trying to steal the bracelet from Marcus.
Oh.
And that resulted in his injuries.
Why would he be in Marcus's school?
Well, Marcus picked him up. He had nowhere to
You
go.
think Mr. Cody is trapped in the academy?
Maybe,
Well-
keep your friends close, your enemies closer.
That's true. Maybe they just don't let him leave his classroom at night. They lock him in there.
Mr. Cody was most likely not at the meeting with the rest of the people because he was gone at the time. So maybe he was in the meeting, but Timothy doesn't say that he heard Mr. Cody's voice in that meeting. So I'm assuming he wasn't there. Maybe he's not in on all the scheming of the rest of the faculty.
Probably not.
It's under if Mr. Esmond's in on the scheming. He's got a lot of missiles in his classroom, so I think he'd be pretty valuable. We'll find out in the later chapters if Mr. Esmond is involved. I'm rooting for him not to be. I'm rooting for him to be the good teacher who stands up for Timothy in the blast ball game. Maybe gives him a special blaster to give him an upper hand against Corbin. But we'll have to find out in next month's episode, where we return for Chapter 5 of Book Club.
Welcome back to the final segment of this month's SST Podcast. SST Jeopardy! The categories are esports. These are sports-related questions. All of the answers start with E. SST Trivia. Immortalaps, also called anadromes. These are words that are different words, but both grammatically correct words when spelled forwards and backwards. So I'll give you the definition of both, and you have to tell me what the word is forward and backwards.
Okay.
An example would be a trait of someone who schemes villainously, or news that is broadcast as it happens. And the answer is evil, a trait, or live broadcast.
Yeah, we're not
I was
getting
going to
those.
say vile.
That's how
no.
that one works.
Okay.
Music in the 90s and miscellaneous.
Oh boy.
There
Okay.
is only one daily double, and there's only one board because this took a long time to make, actually. But there is also a Final Jeopardy.
Oh, let's go.
Let's
sweep.
How are we gonna decide who starts this one off here? Rock, paper, scissors.
Let's have our guest, 12th kid, started off.
Okay.
All right. I feel like we're gonna go. Let's hit esports 200 here.
Esports for 200.
Yeah.
Okay. Esports for 200. Competition testing horse riding skills.
What is equestrian? Oh, right.
What is a question?
That's Alex.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
What?
Let's do esports.
What's your answer?
Yeah, what is a question?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's stupid. The clap.
You were the one who suggested a clap.
Give yourself 200. Alex is
Yeah, I can do
bored.
it.
I turned it off. Oh, shoot.
Oh.
Okay. Let's do esports 300.
Esports for 300. This South American nation has racket.
What is Ecuador?
That's correct. 300 points to Alex.
Let's go.
Okay.
I feel like that was less to do with the sports, though.
Well, you didn't let me read it out.
I couldn't think of any other nation starting with an E.
We go for Ethiopia. I heard South Africa.
No.
All right, let's do esports 400.
Esports for 400. This professional North American Valorant team won VCT champions.
What is Envy?
What is evil geniuses?
That's Alex is correct. That is minus 400.
Alex was at 4,000.
Hudson.
Does Envy even start with
Here,
an
can
E
you do
or do they do Envy
I
1?
can't reach.
Yep.
I don't think envy.
The answer was Evil Geniuses.
Envy definitely did win in the past, but I don't know when.
Well, yeah. Evil Geniuses in 2023, Los Angeles. Still, Alex is bored.
Let's do esports 500.
Esports 500.
I would never have gotten Evil Geniuses.
This
Seattle-based team.
Esports for 500. This common metric used for judging a pitcher's effectiveness.
Okay.
Calculated.
What is
Hudson.
ERA?
That is
Thank
correct.
Oh, it's rough.
We had to throw in some that Hudson could get to. It's your board.
Okay, we'll finish out esports.
Esports for 100. The name of Philadelphia's football team.
Eagles? What
That's
is Eagles?
Alex.
I think we didn't do what is.
I said it afterwards.
I haven't been policing that, so we'll just say it's fine for now. All right, Alex, you're bored.
Let's do miscellaneous for 200.
Miscellaneous for 200. An app on an app on Apple's top 10 free apps on the App Store. You can name any app that will count. It has to be on the top 10 free apps.
Instagram?
Let me see. Oh, that's like kind of correct. Alex, do you have a guess? If you can get one on there, I'll give it to you, but otherwise I'll give it to Hudson. You don't have to guess either.
No, I don't have one.
Okay. Threads is on there, so I'll give you Instagram.
Threads, we'll take that.
Yeah. That's 200 points.
How is Instagram Threads above Instagram?
I don't know. It's really weird.
No, that was 200. You should be at 300 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was 200.
Okay, I'm going to take music in the 90s, 300.
I think you're going to be
Music
getting
in the
all the these
90s
ones.
for 300. Oh, this one actually is pretty easy. This pop punk band would first hit the mainstream in 1997 with their third album, Dude Ranch.
I don't know. You gotta be knowing this.
No guess.
No guesses. The correct answer was Blink 182.
Yeah, I'm not getting that.
Oh.
You saw that poster in my room. I'll take it off.
Okay.
Still your board, though.
I'll go
Hudson.
200.
Music in the 90s for 200.
Let me get these ones.
Though perhaps more well known for his later works, including Moonlight Sonata, this
Frank Sinatra.
classical... I'm pretty sure I was Alex
Beethoven?
first, and that is Beethoven. It's not a Frank Sinatra.
I heard
Frank Sinatra.
That's a good guess.
We're not taking... Alex buzzed in first, so you don't have to lose the points.
That's a miracle.
He began publishing in the 1790s.
Oh.
But Moonlight Sonata was like the 1890s.
And Frank Sinatra's my favorite 90s artist. That's a good one.
That is Alex's board.
All right, let's do SST trivia for 200.
SST trivia
just
for
say SSG?
200.
SST trivia.
Okay.
I can't be caught a
All
traitor.
right. SST's greatest rival esports org.
What
Alex.
is SSG?
That is correct.
Hudson. How was
That's
that?
correct.
That should be the 100. Went stomped.
Maybe I made this too easy. Still Alex's board.
Let's do anadromes for 200.
Anadromes for 200. You guys remember how this category works?
Mm-hmm.
I give you two definitions. What the ocean brings in or changes made in revision.
Tide or edit.
That is correct.
Okay. Was that 200?
That was
Yeah, it was
200.
Okay.
I thought I was bringing in the breeze. I was lost.
Get out of there. We'll go music in the 90s, 100.
Music in the 90s, 100. This Seattle-based grunge band.
Was Nirvana?
That is correct. Started as a punk rock group before scoring hits such as Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Okay. We need more of those. Alex is never getting that. Let's go
I would have gotten
400.
it after Smells Like
Music
Teen
in the
Spirit.
90s, 400. This syncopated jazz precursor musical genre began to appear in African American communities in the 1890s, so named for its ragged rhythm.
I feel like I have a guess, but I feel like I don't want to lose my points.
All right, no guesses. The correct answer was ragtime.
Oh, that's a good thing we didn't guess.
I was going hip hop.
That's what I was thinking too.
Hip hop in the 1890s.
I was thinking blues.
It's a jazz precursor.
All right, we'll go 500.
Music in the 90s for 500. Here we go. This American ska band shares their name with the third film in the James Bond franchise and would fire off 2 albums in the 1990s. The second of which, Hang Ups, featured single Superman that would feature in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1.
Well, what's the third James Bond movie? I don't know.
We're going to call time on that. The correct answer was Goldfinger.
I was going for Better Off Dead.
Still
I don't know what James
Hudson's
Bond
Boy.
was. I forgot which one he was.
All right, what can I do? Let's go miscellaneous 300.
Miscellaneous for 300. The only planet in our solar system with exactly 2 moons. No guess.
What is
Oh,
Mars?
that's correct. At the buzzer.
Oh, no.
All right.
1700.
Alex
That was
is
worth it,
kind
3.
of running away.
Okay,
with
let's
this
do
one.
Anadrome's
I say we
100.
put like 2 sports ones in the esports.
Yeah, there was an esports
Oh,
one.
you got the last anadrome one. Okay, anadrome's 100. A sphere or male sibling. We're gonna call time. That was orb or bro.
It was so doable.
What about ball or lab?
I was trying to get brother backwards.
That's a toss.
It's still Alex's board.
Yeah.
All right, let's get 300, same category.
Anadrome's 300. Okay, here we go. Feeling pressure from your job or after dinner treat.
Stressed and dessert.
That's correct.
Stress. That's good.
Stressed and desserts.
I was thinking treason and dessert. I couldn't figure out dessert backwards.
Treason. Okay,
Still Alex's board.
let's do Anadrome's 400.
Anadrome's
I
400.
need both these, please.
Heavy rain or multiple of a common iron alloy. We're going to call time. That was sleets and steels.
Oh. I was going for pour and roop.
I was thinking hail and then lay.
Okay, we're killing it.
This is a tough category.
All right, same category, 500.
Anadrome's 500. Opportunistic criminal or a machine shop switching over to a new process. All right, I don't think we're getting this one. It was looter and retool.
Oh my.
Let's go for burglar or robber or
Looter.
okay.
That's still Alex's board.
Okay,
Still the daily double out there. It hasn't been hit.
let's do
yet.
miscellaneous for 100.
Miscellaneous 100. The time it is right now.
1247.
That is correct.
Yeah. What is
Behind the
1247? That's big. We need to find that daily double.
It is now once again Hudson's board.
I think it's gonna be SST 400. I think it's the daily double.
SST trivia for 400. The original name of the Discord group DM that became the Seattleite Satellites.
I don't know if I want to get this one wrong.
Hit it. You're up by so much.
Yeah, exactly.
You can buzz in right now, otherwise I'm saying no answer. It was the New York Builders.
I would have gotten it wrong. I would have said New York Fighters.
I did double check. We were. Oh yeah, it was that at one point too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I would have accepted
Why
that.
did
I
we get
guess.
the New York Builders? I would never get. Let's go 300.
You were
SST
in
trivia.
that when it was called the New York Builders too. I double checked.
I know I was.
SST trivia for 300. The full title of SST's first YouTube video.
Okay.
SST Rocket League montage.
That's
1.
pretty close.
Take off the points. Take off the points.
I gotta take the points away just because you're so far ahead. It was Seattleite Satellite Rocket League montage.
That's the same thing. That's like if the title was NASA Space Launch.
All right, 400 miscellaneous.
Okay, go ahead.
400 miscellaneous. You ready? The tallest mountain in Washington State.
I don't know.
I think it's gotta.
You need some points.
You need some points. I should go on.
No, I'll just take the 500.
All right, no answer. The correct answer was Mount Rainier or Tahoma.
It was Rainier.
That was the easiest.
I thought maybe there was another mountain.
All right, let's go 500 miscellaneous.
500 miscellaneous.
Where's the daily double?
Still hasn't hit.
The SST trivia. I'm putting the 1700 into that.
Please do.
The city that got the most international tourism in 2024 per Euromonitor. It is not necessarily a European city, though. That is just the source.
I mean, I'll go for it. It was Paris.
Incorrect.
Oh.
What is Tokyo?
Incorrect. Yeah, that one was hard. It's Bangkok, Thailand.
Yeah, right.
I had to keep it close.
Is it still my board?
Yeah.
500 SST trivia.
500 SST trivia. That is going to be our daily double.
I'm putting in my 200.
You can bet up to 1,000, I think.
Okay, I'm putting in 1,000. I'm getting this one right.
1,000 wager. And remember, Alex cannot answer this one.
I'll wager the max 1,000.
The name or tag of every SST player featured in the Meet the Players video. There are 7.
Oh, no. Okay.
You can have a little
SST
bit.
Mantis.
Correct.
I'm never going to get Xander's name.
You can say his name.
Yeah, you already got him. The name or tag. So you got Xander.
I can say Xander. I was looking for XX Fortnite. I can say Ethan, Dexter.
Correct.
Me. Or I'm not in there. Carl is me. I said Ethan, Dexter, Carl, Alex, you. How many I have? 5?
5.
Yeah.
Can we stop this? Let's just. Okay, is Avery in it?
Correct.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Do you know who it is, Alex?
Yes.
Okay, who have I said?
I don't think you get that.
Who have I said?
I don't think you get that. You said 6.
Okay.
But who have I
You said
yeah.
Ethan, Dexter, Alex, me, Xander, Carl, and Avery, which kind of, I'm going to allow that because it was Avery playing as Carl. There's one more.
I don't know. I give up.
You give up?
Sure.
It was you.
It was you. How did you not know you were in the video?
That's a toss. That's a toss of my life.
Well, I said me, then no Carl. I thought it was the voice lines because I know I don't. But it's not even the.
You did. You said yours about stealing from Best Buy.
Oh, it was Carl who didn't have the voice lines.
Oh no.
Avery
That's a negative.
I think you just go down to 0.
Sure.
Okay, we'll put you at 0.
Does it even matter? Oh wait, he can still get
SST Trivia 100.
a little bit of
It was
points.
me.
That is shocking.
SST Trivia 100. The city SST is based in.
What is Seattle?
Alex, that's
All
correct.
Final Jeopardy.
I should have said, what is the satellite?
That's true. That's the future, though.
Yeah.
I'm putting in my 0.
Okay, the current score is
That's $12.99.
200 to 0. All right,
That's
Final
okay. That's
Jeopardy. The category
No.
is SST Trivia.
0. Alex,
We'll give you 1.
Put in 1.
What are you wagering?
I'll put in
on?
$12.98.
Okay.
We can get a draw.
These are supposed to be answered separately, so I guess just DM me your answers if you both have your
Well,
phone.
my phone is being used. I'll just write it down.
Yeah, write it down then. Who was the first additional member added to SST that was voted in via the announcements channel?
That's crazy.
You can't look at the
No, I was gonna DM me. You can see.
I was gonna make sure.
Okay. Who was the voted in?
The first member to be voted in.
It's on the inside cover.
Channel.
I feel like I'm going. Oh, I don't know. I'll go with that, but it's wrong.
Okay. Well, we already know your wagers, I guess. You are both incorrect. What's on the announcements channel? We voted in Ike.
Ooh.
It was Ike?
What did you guess?
I got Dexter.
I guess Xander.
Yeah, Dexter and Xander are two incorrect guesses.
I thought Dexter, because Dexter was in the video, but Ike wasn't.
Alex wins 2-1.
Yeah, I don't know. We just let people in other ways. We don't do a vote, I guess. Because the only other person we voted in was a D.
Oh, okay.
Other than that,
We
everyone
need
else
some
just
more politics in
joined.
SST. All right, that was a sad showing from me, but
Well, we ended up pretty close, 2-1.
Frank Sinatra and the Missing Myself.
That's my favorite.
But that's content.
Moonlight Sonata, Frank Sinatra.
He has another some like moonlight named song or something like that, and I was just locked
Fly
in.
Me to the Moon.
Yeah.
I don't know if that came out in any 90s era.
1890.
All right, that's going to do it for this month's SST podcast. Tune in again next month for an all-new batch of segments, except we'll also do book club because we always do.
And we're also going to be putting a question in the comments for what section would you guys like to see next? So we're going to be taking user suggestions. We've been running out of ideas lately, so you guys better have something good for us. And thank you all for watching.
See you all next month.
Bye-bye.